Live from the Stuart C. Siegel Center on the campus of Virginia Commonwealth University, it's the 2018 VHSL Class II Boys Basketball Championship. Hello, everyone. Got a great one for you here this evening. Gate City coming in at 27-2, led by Mac McClung and Ari Lee. The Lehman led by Jarvis Vaughn. 27-3, the defending 2A state champion. We're getting set to square it up here. We welcome you courtside, Andy Hayes, alongside my good friend and colleague Taylor Jensen. Great to have you here tonight. Great way to finish day two. Taylor Jensen, this place is jam-packed. It's sold out. What an atmosphere.
You know, we expected this place to get packed, but a sellout, I can't say that we predicted that because we've only seen that a handful of times here at the Siegel Center. But when you've got the star power of Mac McClung stepping onto the hardwood, it's hard not to fill these seats. So we're in for a treat tonight because, oh, by the way, there's also a 6'8" Division I prospect on the other team, and we'll get to him in a minute.
Yeah, no question about it here. There is a lot of storylines here for us to highlight, but Mac McClung is just 17 points away from tying the all-time career points record here in Virginia High School League history. He needs 18 to break it. He went into the state semifinal the other night needing 59. He scored 42, almost 30 points in the first half. He's a human highlight reel. If you're not even a basketball fan, you probably have seen something on Mac McClung this year. And look at the following here. Lots of blue in the stands. They know this is the last game he's going to play for Gate City tonight. They're here to support him and the rest of his team.
Yeah, and you know, you said it best. He's got a following. He's up there in the same class as Duke commit Zion Williamson with the dunks and the human highlight reel effect that we see and everything that just goes viral from this young man. So not only is he going to have an impact on the game tonight, but Gate City themselves has a complete basketball team.
Yes, they do.
And they are going to come out tonight swinging. They've got 5 guys on the floor at all times that can put the ball in the basket and defend effectively. And when you can combine those two things, you've got a recipe for a championship team. But again, the Lehman, a 6'8" forward, going to Old Dominion next fall.
Yeah, Jarvis Vaughn. He's amazing. And listen, this is a championship team coming in here for Coach Mickens from Ari Lee. They're tired of hearing about Mac McClung. They got a plan. They got size advantage here tonight. They're looking at it saying, hey, what about us? All this talk, we're the defending champs. Something's got to give here tonight. We'll take you out to center court and get ready here to get to the starters in today's game. And this is one of those games where the other guys would talk about the headliners, but the other guys will step up big, Taylor. It's a state championship game. You need your entire unit here. So with that, let's go ahead and dive in. We'll show you the starters for Gate City. Led by head coach Scott Vermillion. He's done a great job here. Mac McClung, we talked about him. We'll talk about him all night long. Bradley Dean, a guy that can hit from the outside. He's also a great distributor of the basketball. Also in the backcourt with McClung, John Compton. He's got a great outside shot. Had a big game in the state quarterfinals against Radford. David George gets the start down low. His big body along with Zach Irvin. 2 guys, very versatile. That's your starting 5 for Gate City and Coach Vermillion. Now we'll talk about the Ari Lee Lehman. Head coach Terrell Mickens loves this group. Jaden Williams, Jaleel Pettiford, 2 great guards in the backcourt. Jalen Henderson, Jarvis Vaughn, and Everett Castle. Those 3, watch, they've got the size advantage down in the paint. If Williams and Pettiford can get them the ball, this is going to be a good night for Ari Lee. So those are your starting 5 for the Lehman. And with that, let's go ahead and get Taylor Jensen's keys to the game here as we look at Gate City first. What do they have to do to be successful and claim that state championship tonight?
You've got to double down on Vaughn, and that just doesn't mean double team him. You want to set him up for traps and potential opportunities to force him to turn the ball over. And when you get your offensive looks that you're looking to get tonight, you need to make sure that you're in a position to get second chance points off of those as well, and the off chance that those don't drop. And the supporting cast is going to have to deliver. More so than just scoring the ball, they're going to have to rebound. They're going to have to defend. And they're going to have to hustle, dive on some loose balls tonight. For Ari Lee, you're going to have to dominate inside. You have the inside presence in Vaughn at 6'8". He's going to be able to meet Mac McClung at the rim as well. You need to be able to keep Gate off of the foul line and avoid a slow start. You know, it's really easy to get mentally sped up on a stage as big as this. What you need to do is play through it and play within yourself, because if you get off to a slow start due to mental mistakes, you can end up getting buried quickly against a team like Gate City.
So the starters being introduced here at the Siegel Center. You can see the crowd. It's phenomenal. We're expecting the best atmosphere thus far here in Richmond. And we'd like to thank all of you not only watching here on the NFHSnetwork.com website, but also on Facebook, on the NFHS Facebook page. Welcome aboard. Lots of interaction here throughout the game. Make sure you tell us your thoughts and all sorts of things as we go on here in this one. As you saw Mac McClung there momentarily, this is a special night here for Virginia High School basketball. History could be set. History will be set for sure on the state champion. A lot of storylines here as you take a look at Mr. McClung. 6'2", going to Georgetown. And he's got about a 47-inch vertical, which is a couple more inches than Taylor Jensen, my colleague. He's really not a tall guy here, but he can get up like a tall guy, Taylor.
Oh, absolutely, and here's the thing. This should tell you how highly touted he was. He had already accepted an offer verbally to go to Rutgers, but when his recruitment really started to pick up because of the viral videos, he needed to open himself back up to it. And now going to Georgetown, going to be right up the road from me and near D.C., it's going to be fun to be able to watch him play in the Capital One Arena next year.
Coach Ewing got to be excited about the young man he's getting.
How exciting is this?
Great game.
This is great.
Can't wait for it to get underway here. We're just about a minute away from the tip here in this one. Crowd packed in here. And it's pretty much all blue because both teams wear that blue and white. Gate City tonight wearing their gray uniforms. The Lehman wearing their whites. As you see all the fans out there watching on Facebook, let's go blue, says Amy Mann. A lot of interest here in this game across the country. The Class 2 state championship is underway, controlled by Lee. Loose ball, and McClung comes up with it.
He's going to look to push tempo right here. They're going to go into attack mode and steal momentum early. Very fast tempo of play. Look at him fly.
No good on the shot attempt. Here comes Lee. Back the other way and around the baseline. Good for a bucket. Jaleel Pettiford scores first in this contest.
Great job to adjust in midair to square his shoulders up to finish the basket. Boy, Gate City, great size across the board. Allows them to be very versatile offensively.
Zach Irvin with the miss there. You were talking about him in the pregame. He was draining three from way downtown. Entry pass inside. This one good off the glass by Jarvis Vaughn. And there's that size advantage. Vaughn up and in.
Vaughn is right up in Mac McClung's face, too. They're ready to go at it. This is Battle of the Stars here tonight.
Here's Urban in the lane, rolls around the 10 and goes in.
He's such a big body to try to stay in front of when he's got a full head of steam in transition. He's every bit of 6'5", 6'6", and you just see here on camera right now just how big he is. I mean, best of luck to anybody who's trying to stop him when he's got a full head of steam in the open court. Knocks down the free throw. And again, Andy, this Gate City team just has so much versatility to them due to the fact that they have equal size across the board. They've got a lot of big bodies that are mobile, versatile, can all shoot, all put it on the floor, and all defend. And the Lehman are just scrappy as I'll get out.
4-3 early on here. Here's Bradley Dean.
The Lehman looking to extend pressure on the outside, force McClung into putting the ball on the floor, and there's an offensive foul. That's exactly what they want to bait him into doing, putting it on the floor and trying to create turnovers off of him picking up the dribble. You can either double on that, you can set yourself up for the offensive foul as they just did, or you can take away all passing lanes and force him into a bad shot. Very sound defensively on that first trip there.
Just underway first quarter here from the Siegel Center. Entry pass to Vaughn. Strong move to the bucket. He's got another.
At 6'8" and as big and as athletic as he is, that's going to be automatic if they don't find a way to get him off the block. You've got to meet him early.
There's Irvin back to McClung. Jumper, free throw line, no good, but a foul call.
Again, we've seen this in a couple of the other games we've been on today. When a team is struggling to find a rhythm from the field, what they are able to do to stay in the game is attack the basket, because worst case scenario is your shot isn't going to fall, but if you draw the foul, then you're able to go to the free throw line for 2 easy ones.
Six to 4, our score. There's Mac McClung. Second try coming.
They push the ball up ahead awful quick. They're looking to get in transition and get looks as early as they can. They're not wasting time pushing the ball up the floor on either side.
Irvin looking inside for McClung. Now back out. Zach Irvin will try three. No good.
That's a quality look there. You really can't ask for much of a better opportunity to score the basketball. Right now, you're still, to a degree, probably dealing with these early game jitters, especially when you're playing in front of 7,000, 8,000 people. Way to stay with it by Earth, though. Goodness gracious. Irvin sticking with the play.
Ties us up at the 5-minute mark. Zach Irvin going to have to play big tonight. Entry pass inside, and the foul. With the bucket, Everett Castle will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, if you want to come out and try to play a zone, you can't abandon these short corners, and that's exactly why. All you need to do offensively is dump the ball into the short corner, swing move, and you're at the basket. If no one's there on the help side, they're either going to get fouled or they're just going to come away with an easy layup.
Castle on the free throw attempt, and this one good. So a three-point lead here. Under 5 to play, first quarter. McClung being picked up by Pettiford. Pushes to Dean. Corner shot, no good. And they're going to say it's going off of Lehman, out of bounds and back to Gate City.
See, what you want to avoid right now if you're Gate City is trying to rely on the three-point line. You need to try to attack the basket, get inside, establish the inside game before you're taking the three-pointers.
Interesting to see how Lee will defend McClung tonight. Radford tried to double team him, and he distributed to his teammates, and they were money.
What you got to be careful with if you're Mac McClung is to not get stuck in any corners, because they're going to trap that all day.
Irvin's shot no good. Substitution coming in for Gate City. Drew Vermillion, a 6'1 junior. Folks, who do you think will win tonight? So far, people voting think Gate City 64%, Lee with 34%. It's going up, though, the way they've started this game. Here's a jumper baseline. A little strong. Good box out by Irvin. He'll push it. Quickly ahead to McClung. Behind the back.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
the foul. And there's the highlight reel play early on. Mac McClung.
And we've got our first one of many, I'm sure, tonight. Again, he's the human highlight reel. Gets into the open floor, behind the back, through traffic.
Oh, my goodness.
Folks, if it was that easy, I'd still be able to do it.
Have you ever done that?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. You're a big guy. You're
on
6'9".
On NBA 2K, I do it a lot,
Right,
though.
right,
My
right.
creative player is great.
McClung with a chance to tie it, and he does.
Again, attacking the basket just yields a lot of reward for a team like Gate City.
There's Vaughn. He'll work left, little short. Fighting for the rebound, gets it back and puts it in. They're having a problem with Mr. Vaughn down low.
If he gets the ball within 10 feet of the basket, it may as well be game over. I mean, I just don't know how you stop him from getting to the bucket when he's that close to it. You've got to meet him earlier and force him to get to his comfort spot through work.
McClung's three-point attempt, no good. Follow, though. Mac McClung gets it off the tip and puts it in. Taylor, that's one thing I love about his game is he hustles. You know, he follows his shots. He does the fundamental things well. Here's a three-pointer from Pettiford, no good. Rebound, Dean, up to Vermillion.
Now Gate City looking to just slow things down and run their offense a little bit. The up and down tempo is gradually coming down. Great job drawing the foul. I mean, you just can't stay in front of a guy like that.
Good opportunity to welcome in the third member of our broadcast crew here, Matthew Hatfield. And Matt, what are your thoughts here early on in this first quarter?
Great game here as Lee is taking advantage of the inside play with Jarvis Vaughn. I'm curious to see what adjustment Coach Vermillion makes against that. And watching McClung up close and personal, just his body control with him going up in the air is impressive. And his bloodlines are great too, guys. I mean, you think about the fact that his uncle Seth played in the major leagues, Milwaukee Brewers. His sister Anna's a soccer standout, Florida State, Tennessee. And then Dad played college football at Virginia Tech. We really shouldn't be that surprised, but he might have surpassed them with what he's done this year. He's just impressive.
First one good on the free throw try, second one as well. I love the fact that he's got a Hokie in the family. That's where I went. Ball out of bounds, it'll stay with the Lehman. And Matt, I'll ask you this question. I'm sure you've had a chance to talk to Coach Mickens. Do the Lehman feel a little bit disrespected by all the talk in this game and the fact that it's less about them being the defending champs?
I think so, because they heard all year long that they would see either Gate City or Radford in this game, and they would get beat in this game. And they're the defending champ who beat Gate City a year ago, and Jarvis Vaughn is back, 31 points in the championship game last year, and even the quarterback from football who's a good two-sport star, Williams, is back.
There's Vaughn on another putback. And he's off to a great start.
You see, guys, I'm not sure what the answer is to stop Vaughn. Do you double? Do you front? Right now, he's scoring at will.
McClung puts it up, and that one will count.
Answering right
and a
back.
Foul.
Right now, we've got a shootout between Vaughn and McClung. This is a fun one. If it's me to answer your question, I'm trying to stop Vaughn and meet him early. I'm trying to get a body on him the second he reaches the three-point line and force him to really have to work and labor to get to his comfort zone. His comfort zone is not at 20 feet. It's within 10 feet. So if you can force him to have to work just to get there, then at some point it's going to start clicking for you defensively, and he's going to have a hard time.
Well, and to that point, Taylor, dare them to beat you from three, because if it becomes an up-and-down game, that's Gate City's strength with not
That's
just
exactly
McClung,
right.
but Zach Urban, who averages 22 a game. He's a dynamic player and a D1 prospect as well.
That's exactly right.
Working it around to Vaughn. So far, the attention has gone to him, and there's a three-point try as he threw it back near side to Irvin with a great move. 1-on-2 for Vaughn. Can he stop it? No. Irvin gets it.
And right now, Gate City just not respecting the deep ball from the Lehman. And now a turnover on a double dribble. But they're not respecting the deep ball, which is why they're packing it in on the zone. They're trying to slow down Vaughn by playing that 2-3, which opens yourself up to that three ball. But right now, Lee is not hitting it.
Listen to this crowd. Folks, I've had the crowd mic up all weekend thus far, and I'm having to turn it almost all the way down. That's how loud this crowd is right here.
By the time we get done with this game, everything's going to sound like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Great atmosphere at the Siegel Center. It's been a fun time thus far. This is the 8th game of our 12-game weekend. Freddie McCowan saying Jarvis Vaughn is tough. Tony Craddock. Lee looks strong inside. Yes, they do. Mack for McDonald's All-American. If you're not a McDonald's All-American, Neil, at this point, what's going to earn that title? I don't know. I agree with you 100%. Out of the timeout, Gate City basketball. Here's McClung, three-point try, no good. Vaughn's got the rebound.
Again, they're trying to pack it in. They're okay with forcing Lee to try to beat them from the outside as long as you slow down Vaughn.
Here's the drive by Henderson. Back out top to Vaughn. He's got it at the top of the key.
Again, mid-range and in. That is his game. Can't
Good
allow him
pass.
to get there so comfortably.
Lee's making the extra pass so well, guys, and you're seeing Henderson, you got Williams, other guys getting the ball to Vaughn in the high block and in the low post area.
McClung sizing him up.
There's McClung hanging in the air. Shot no good, but a foul called. A couple free throws again for Mac McClung. You know, the way this thing is started here, Taylor, and Matt, foul trouble is going to come into play here for Lee.
And Mac McClung does such a great job of forcing a defender's hands to stretch out. The second that the defender's hand stretches out, that's when he's going into his point of attack where he can go into his shot and draw that contact. It's an easy call to make as an official, really difficult to avoid if you're a defender on a player like him.
First free throw good. We'll have to keep the point tally here for
Got him with 8 right now.
Mac because he only needs 18 to break the record. Second one, good as well. So 9 early points for Mac McClung. He's halfway there. Here's Napier on the jumper, good. Nobody came out, and he made him pay.
Got to have aggressive closeouts on perimeter shooters. Even if you are trying to bait them to beating you from the perimeter, you still need to get a hand up. Any team can get hot at this level.
30 seconds left in the first quarter of action here. Gate City with a 3-point lead. Pettiford working on McClung defensively. Tough task for that young man tonight.
Again, if you're McClung, you got to try to avoid these corners, though. It's only a matter of time before those traps are going to come.
McClung for a 3-point try at the buzzer, and it goes off the back.
Unbelievable!
There's Pettiford for 3.
Right back.
No! Oh, my goodness. Mac McClung with 12 first quarter points. And the Gate City Blue Devils lead it 23-17. You're watching exclusive coverage of the VHSL Class II Boys Championship right here on the NFHS network. Here's Jarvis Vaughn going to work as we'll show you some first quarter highlights. And he was an early storyline right away, wasn't he, Taylor?
Oh, my word. I mean, and look at how high they're throwing in these entry passes to him where only he can get them. It's just what you have to do with a player like him. But, again, you can't abandon the short corners. Gate City is vulnerable in those short corners and at the high post if they want to stick with the zone. But Mac McClung just knows how to answer right back and add some flair to it, doesn't he?
McClung around the back and up with the left hand. Switched hands in the midair. Unbelievable. Good bucket on the cleanup there. Got the deflection. This last one, though, how about the shooter's touch on this one? It goes off the backboard here in a moment. These are the tough shots he's made thus far. These have not been easy shots by any stretch. Another one by Zach Irvin, tough one.
And Zach Irvin just is built to be able to take a beating when he goes to the basket. I mean, he's easily 220, 225 pounds at 6'5". I mean, when you have that size, I'm surprised they're not trying to match him up with Vaughn just to try to body him.
Last one of the quarter right there as we are starting quarter number 2. And Irvin goes right back to work.
So crafty with that right hand.
Here's Vaughn, top of the key, great looking shot.
Got that high post jumper going all night long, but who can be that second option? McClung's got Irvin to be the Robin to his Batman. Lee needs that second guy.
So far, Vaughn has just been money from that mid-range spot. And right there, just rejecting Irvin. Of course, helping him back up, though, just to show a little bit of sportsmanship.
I like that. Great block, though.
Classy move.
Again, you don't want to avoid contact when you're going to the basket against a guy like him. You have to try to initiate it and force him to swat down, and you can get the foul call. But if you put it up in the air and open yourself up, he's going to eat it.
McClung goes up and misses the shot on the alley-oop pass from the inbounds play. Here's Napier. Jumper, right side, good. And there you go, Matthew. You said it. Who's the second guy that's going to step up? Maybe it's Napier.
Well, Napier's had some good showings in the state tournament. Helped them in their wins over Greensville and Central Woodstock, who they played twice. A regional rematch in the state tournament semis.
Another foul call, and maybe it was Pettiford. Not sure who they got here. Yep, it will be Pettiford.
Yeah, again, right now it's just a case of you can't stay in front of Mac McClung, so you get stuck with your hands out, and that's when he makes you pay. This is just why he continues to rack up trips to the free throw line.
Curious, too, guys, to see if this Lee bench, it's not quite as deep as I thought last year it was with the championship. Gate City's bench, 1 of 4 from the field, 3 points in last year's meeting, so which reserves can give the team a big pick-me-up here in this game could tell us a lot.
Folks, tell us where you're watching from in the Facebook comments section. Let us know where you're at. We'll give you a shout-out to a few of our viewers during the broadcast here at tonight's Class II Boys State Championship game.
Vaughn looking to get in that short corner. There he is right there. They're bringing the help side now.
3-point try. This one from Henderson, and that one goes in.
You know, you're starting to wonder if Vaughn really even needs his Robin, or if his Robin can be by committee, because right now you've got a bunch of guys starting to step into some jump shots off of his feeds.
Well, and that's settling into the game, guys, too, because in the first quarter, you got the big lights, packed house. Now they're starting to get comfortable and in a rhythm.
Irvin misses the long-range three.
And Vaughn just daring him to shoot it, too. He's smiling at him, asking him to do it.
There's Patterford across the way. Vaughn now, baseline, drawing attention. They're going to work a couple guys on him defensively, and they need to. There's a block shot by McClung, and a follow underneath by Elliston. Isaiah Elliston got the block shot and put it right up, but got fouled in the act.
Now here, I'm not sure where. I guess that's it right there. He left his feet because he stayed vertical, but if you leave your feet, it's going to be an easy call. Stay straight up. Keep your feet. No foul call. The second you get off your feet, you're giving up a free throw trip.
That was really the question about Gates. They don't have that true dominant big man. They sort of do it by committee on the interior, using different guys such as George and Sharp, and using even Irvin as a wing to play in the post and paint area at times.
Yep.
But in this game, keep it up and down, and keep Vaughn away from the basket, push him out. Got a chance to get things the way you want it.
Yeah, and that's like what we mentioned before the game, where Gate City's going to try to bait Vaughn into some traps and into some double teams, or force him to try to put it on the floor, and you play the dribble and try to dig it out. And that's what they're going to have to continue to do. But if you let him catch the ball at the free throw line or at either of the elbows, he's going to make you pay.
Great point. If he's a handler, he's not always a finisher.
Irvin going back to the baseline, back to Dean. Now Compton. John Sally into the ball game. And a foul is going to be whistled on Pettiford. It looks like maybe knocked McClung down.
You know, it's a simple fix to that. If you don't want to foul him off of that screen, then hedge the screen. If you play off and throw the hip in front, it's going to, again, be an easy call. He knows how to draw those calls. But if you hedge the screen and force him into your chest and stay wide, there's no foul there. All he has to do is go backwards at that point. That's his only option.
18 fouls already for the Lehman. Just 3 for Gate City. McClung at the line. And he misses the first half of the one-on-one. So it'll come back to Lee. Jarvis Vaughn on that nice rebound. He's had a great first half. Turnaround jumper.
Wow.
He's got another one.
Unbelievable shot. I mean, the legs were one direction, the shoulders the complete opposite, and still manages to square himself up for it.
His motor never stops, fellas. Never stops.
Old Dominion's getting a special one.
Irvin defended well by Vaughn.
Well, think about this. That was his only Division I offer. Hard to believe.
Unbelievable.
There's a drive by Henderson. And they're going to say a blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
We'll see the replay here. You hear the fans booing, but yeah, the feet weren't set.
They're right. That's a good call right there. Really good call.
The feet were not set. That's a great call. If he would have had his feet planted, it would have been going the opposite direction, but that left foot continued to drag.
First free throw, no good.
Well, Robert E. Lee's not as good a foul shooting team as Gate City. You guys saw him 19 of 19 in the fourth quarter against Graham in the state semis. Curious to see if this one's close. What foul shooters does Coach Mickens went on the line at the end of the game?
Missed both. Sally with the board. Approaching 5 minutes left here in the second quarter of action. There's McClung. Spinning, shooting, got it.
That's such a great move.
Again, the body control to go in the lane. So many guards lose the handle on that, but he's got it down to a science.
Foul by Dean.
And you got to be careful there if you're Bradley Dean, because yes, you want to extend these passing lanes out and really try to contest the lanes, but you also don't want to pick up a tacky one.
Lydia from Raleigh, North Carolina, watching on Facebook. Thank you. Elizabeth from Orlando, Florida. I bet it's nice and warm down there in Orlando. Paul Dotson from Omaha, Nebraska, tuning in here tonight. There's Napier, far side, off the glass and in. That's 6 big points for him. Off to a good start.
We wondered about the supporting cast guys for Gate City, but Taylor, I think Robert E. Lee's supporting cast guys are starting to emerge during this second period.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we were starting to wonder if it was going to be Robin by committee, and so far that's what it is. But Mac McClung just is not slowing down. There's no way that anyone from Lee can stay in front of him, and he knows it. That's why he smells blood in the water, and he's going to continue to attack. They're doing a great job of pulling Vaughn away from the help side to where McClung attacks. Vaughn can't go meet him at the basket.
Just been told he broke the record, guys, on that last basket.
And last basket, he has broken the record. According to an unofficial stat.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's make it that bucket that broke it.
Holy cow.
He'll use that one on the highlight reel instead of the last one.
Can we get a poster of that one?
Oh, great defense.
Jump ball, possession arrow stays with the Lehman. And I'll tell you what, Vaughn, lucky he wasn't whistled right there. A little aggressive at the end, but nonetheless, we got a great ball game. 32-29. What a ball game. Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you might be out there across the Facebook universe. Taylor, this is what it's all about.
This is what gets you amped up. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to sleep until at least 2 o'clock in the morning at this point. This is just too much of a fun game.
We have confirmed Mac McClung is now the all-time career scoring leader in Virginia boys basketball history. How about that? Congratulations, Mac. Well deserved. What a tremendous career he's had, and we're honored to be here tonight to watch history be made.
Great play. You think all the great players, Andy and Taylor, that have played in Virginia, from Ralph Sampson to Alonzo Mourning, Allen Iverson, he breaks the career mark set by Floyd County's Caleb Tanner. This puts him in that pantheon of greats, especially if he goes up tonight as a state champion.
Absolutely. Can you imagine capping off such a historic night for his own personal career with a good team accomplishment of winning a state title the same night? I mean, you just can't write it any better than that. Of course, there's a lot of basketball left to be played, though, and I think Vaughn has something else to say about it.
I would bet that Mac cares a lot more about that state championship than he does the record. The type of competitor he is, and a humble young guy. Here's Napier for a long three, no good. Long rebound to Vaughn.
Good box out.
Henderson.
Still in that 2-3 zone. They're going to force Lee to try to beat him from the outside still.
Napier looking over here at Vaughn. Irvin came right out to take away that passing lane.
Oh, good entry.
Shot from the left side, no good by Jaden Williams.
Guarding that baseline a lot better, Gate City is, than they did earlier in this quarter.
Give and go to Irvin.
Oh, what a dish.
Are we watching the 88 Lakers or what? How about that play? Hatfield, that's before your time. I'm sorry.
Now McClung with the deflection. The ball's obviously going to stay with Lee, but, man, I mean, they're just so active off of these deflections and rebounds. They just want to get it and go. It really is fun to watch.
Hey, Andy, I caught a couple of those 30 for 30 Lakers Celtics. Those are fun, but you're not kidding. With Irvin and McClung, that's a nice 1-2 punch to have.
Irvin, really a big athletic guy.
And he's got 7 or 8 Division I offers, including Bowling Green, James Madison, and a few others.
Playing well tonight. Lee trailing 34-29. Entry pass to Vaughn, and Vaughn.
Oh, what a block!
McClung from behind says, no, sir.
Pogo stick move there.
Unreal. Irvin played the deflection on the ball rather than the help side, and you thought Vaughn was going to score as a result. McClung coming out of nowhere.
Shot attempt, no good. Gets it back, but off of Mac McClung, out of bounds.
How about this, guys? I just got told all 34 points for Gate City so far scored by Mac McClung and Zach Irvin.
Wow. Watch his block.
Unreal. And when you watch it on replay, he literally just sits at the peak of his jump.
I know it. Good job by the officiating crew right here. Getting a little aggressive.
You know, when you get a fast-paced game like this on this stage, it's going to be. There's going to be moments where it's chippy, but a good officiating crew keeps it in check, and that's exactly what they're doing.
And you have to show that championship poise and keep your emotions in check. Lee won it a year ago, and Gate City, they've been so close, they can taste it.
Castle, his turnaround, no good. Pettiford saves it, though, for the Lehman. Now a three-point shot, left side, and Zach Irvin's got the rebound.
Great screen in the open court.
Irvin, one-on-one, shot, no good. Gets it back, Sally, Sally on the putback.
First points by someone not named McClung or Irvin.
Great job of cleaning the glass, going right back up with it, and he kept the ball high. Uh-oh.
McClung had broke out. He was going to have a dunk if they had picked it up clean.
I'm pretty sure everyone started to hold their breath there.
This is danger time right here for the lead. They need to get a stop, and if they don't, timeout.
Here's McClung hanging. Shot no good. Rebound, Irvin. Check that, Sally. Give and go, Irvin. No good, but a foul called. So far in this first half, we've seen a man break the all-time record in VHSL history. We've had an 88 Lakers reference, and we got John Sally cleaning up the boards on an offensive rebound and putting it back in.
He's not a bad boy, John Sally. Not this one.
What a game so far. The best part is we still got another half of it to go.
The NFHS Network is your place for high school sports. Basketball playoffs are here. You can watch live and postseason and championship action in over 40 states right here on the NFHS Network. I've been able to tune in and check out some of the great coverage all across the country over the past couple of weeks. Been some great games. Zion Williamson, you mentioned him. He was on our Facebook Live coverage, and boy, what a talent he is, going to Duke. (37-29). It's been a good showing thus far for Gate City.
Less than a minute to go. No shot clock in Virginia High School League, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking to hold for one, especially since Gate City's in a 2-3.
Bradley Dean contesting that pass is Napier. His shot no good. Look out, here comes McClung. Flying to the bucket, he's got the lay-in.
Who cares if that wasn't a dunk? Did anyone see where he just took off from? Oh my goodness.
An athletic wonder. My goodness.
Pushes the lead to 10. 20 seconds to play.
Look at Coach Vermillion stomping his foot, clapping. He's getting into it. Just like these fans.
Crowd for Gate City to their feet. And why not? 4 seconds. Here's Pettiford to the corner for Napier. No good. And the second quarter comes to a close. Gate City up 39-29 over R.E. Lee. What a first half. Mac McClung and the Blue Devils will head to the locker room.
And Lee has their hands full trying to figure out an answer to Irvin and McClung. That is a lot easier said than done, but you got to do it if you want to get the hardware brought back to your gym.
Start to the defensive end first, Taylor, I think. They offensively had some good moments, but they got to figure out a way to stop Irvin and McClung. They're not stopping, slow them down.
We'll be back with more coverage after this. And we welcome you back here to the Siegel Center. Our halftime score in the Class 2 Boys State Championship. Gate City up 39-29 over R.E. Lee, the defending champs. So a little bit of a surprise here. 10-point cushion for Mac McClung and the Gate City Blue Devils. As we take a look at some halftime stats here. Gate City shooting 50% from the field, 43 for R.E. Lee. 3-point field goals, pretty abysmal for both sides. Free throws, 10 of 14. That's a key number. Gate City's been able to get to the line here, Taylor Jensen. That's been a big part of it. And how about this stat right here for you? Rebounding's even, which you would have thought would have been an advantage for the Lehman, but no turnovers here by Gate City in the first half.
You know, a lot of that just comes down to knowing your system and knowing how to play within yourself. That really is what it comes down to offensively. Know your system. Don't try to do too much. Play within your abilities, right. And that's what they've done. And you know what? Those 15 rebounds, by the way, for Lee, 12 of them have come from Vaughn. Yeah, so he has been a machine for them on the other end of the floor. At some point, though, someone else has to step up and start delivering to help him out.
Especially from the outside. That's really been the key thing. Gate City saying, hey, we're going to double team Vaughn. We're going to keep him from being the guy that beats us here tonight. He may score some points, but he's not going to be the guy that wins the game for them. They're going to have some help outside of him not being able to do that thus far. We'll show you some first half highlights here. This first quarter action. Vaughn right off the bat. I mean, he really looked good in that first quarter. Gate City played a little better defense on him in the second quarter. Didn't get as many good looks down low. He had to earn a lot more of them. Taylor really working hard on the glass and so forth. But so far, really contested shots all across the board. The difference has been, look at Mac McClung. Behind the back, switching hands midair. He's been able to create even when nothing's been there. That's kind of been the story. And if he hasn't made the shot, he's gotten fouled.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be one of the big adjustments that Lee's going to have to figure out here in the second half. You can't stay in front of him. So you've got to find ways to bait him into having to pick up his dribble away from the basket. They haven't been able to figure it out yet. Frankly, no one has all year long. You've got to find some kind of answer for him. Right now, you just got to keep putting the ball in Vaughn's hands and hope something else clicks for them offensively. But for Gate City, nothing should change right now. Nothing needs to change except finding an answer to stop Vaughn from getting so easily into the paint.
This was the three-point shot at the end of the first quarter. They went around the rim, up on the backboard, and back in. That was a great shot. Gave Gate City some momentum going into the second quarter of action. And that, I kind of feel like this is when Zach Irvin started to say, hey, you know what? Let me step up here and let everybody know my name a little bit. He played great in that second quarter. Actually, all the points for Gate City till the end of that first half were scored by either McClung or Irvin until John Sally got a putback down here for the Blue Devils. So you talk about having a couple options here offensively. Yep. Zach Irvin has really stepped up big tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? It's in his blood. His first cousin, I guess, is now demoted to fourth all-time leading scorer in Virginia State history, but that's Stacey Irvin. So that runs in the family. They know how to score the basketball down in Gate City. So at this point, you've got to keep going to what works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So right now, Irvin has finally found his groove. Mac McClung had 25 in the first half. He's obviously going to be having himself a night. Zach Irvin needs to continue to produce, and I got to believe at some point someone else from Gate City is going to have to step up, though. That's why the whole halftime adjustments need to happen, because at some point there's going to be an answer had.
Well, we are excited that you're joining us here on the NFHS Network, live from the Siegel Center, and also on Facebook out there. Hope you're enjoying our telecast. Got a hard-working crew here trying to bring this one to you flawlessly here the rest of the way. 39-29 is our score, and this one has been an exciting game thus far. Class 2 Boys Basketball Championship. We have another Facebook broadcast tomorrow for you at 1 o'clock. It'll be Western Albemarle and John Marshall, the Class 3 Boys Championship. So make sure you put that down on your calendar and come back and join us. But we also have all the games streaming live for you at NFHSnetwork.com. So full weekend here of Virginia High School State Championship basketball. I want to thank our producer, Helene Shane, helping to bring this one to you with all the bells and whistles. Our production crew tonight includes our camera operators, Ryan Darkurda, Jacob Spears, and Kevin Ricks. All of them doing a fine job. Second half getting ready to start. Taylor Jensen, I'll give you a chance to tie a bow on our halftime report here. What are you looking for here as we get started in the third quarter?
I'm looking for a lot more ball pressure from Lee. And I'm also looking for them to improve on the help side defense to try to keep McClung from getting to the basket.
Matthew Hatfield, chime in. Your thoughts here as we get started.
Well, looking at a couple more of the numbers here, 12-2 fast break points. The tempo is where Gate City wants it. And R.E. Lee has done some good things offensively, as we've touched on, but 1 of 9 from 3. Don't settle. Keep going, Devon, as much as possible. And defensively, they have to find something to take away either McClung or Irvin or make them work harder for these points. Force those options 3 through 5 to take shots instead of McClung and Irvin getting to the basket with ease.
McClung with the basketball, working on Henderson, double-teamed everywhere he goes.
Again, this is where we talked about at some point, someone else from Gate City is going to have to step up because you know all kinds of wrinkles are going to be thrown at McClung.
The one to watch for is Bradley Dean. Coach Vermillion told me in the preseason he's the next guy that he feels could step up and be a all-conference, dare we say, all-region level performer in that program.
And Dean dribbles it out of bounds off of his knee. I'm not kidding you now, on that possession right there, when McClung went to the near side right in front of us, there were 4 jerseys for the Lehman following him. 4.
Not a triple team, a quadruple team.
Good job staying completely vertical there in the paint against Vaughn.
And they get Compton here. Nope. It's going to be George.
Well, they don't have 2 bigs to double him, so they'll use a wing or a guard to come and bring some help defense. The key is that you rotate over when they do swing it to a shooter.
Ball tipped up in the air. Pettiford comes down for it.
Right now, this zone is still giving the perimeter players from Lee a lot of trouble.
And a foul called. Looks like it's going to be on Jarvis Vaughn. Zach Irvin came away with it. And they're going to whistle Vaughn on the reach-in.
That's only his second for the game, so he's not coming out anytime soon, folks.
Irvin pushing it up the court, and he'll be fouled by Williams. And 2 shots coming here for Zach Irvin. How crazy is that? Stacey Irvin on the number 4 on the list now with McClung in the all-time scoring list in VHSL history. His cousin's right here playing in the same game. How about that?
Keeping it in the family. But you know, we just saw another example, though, of what makes Gate City so difficult to defend, because they look to push the ball up the floor so fast, and they have so much size to where smaller perimeter defenders just can't manage to either stay in front or compete with the physicality due to the size. It's just a matchup nightmare.
And that all starts with preseason conditioning and in the summer and fall workouts, making sure you develop that mindset and have that identity.
Napier with another nice shot. And he pulls the lead back to 8.
They're going to bring full court pressure here.
That's a potential mismatch. Irvin looks to exploit here.
Going to clear it out.
Here's Irvin and another turnover.
Good help side defense to get the deflection.
Now Vaughn going to work. And McClung takes it
boy.
away. Look out. Showtime, Mac McClung with the monster dunk.
In front of his own fans. First one of the night, and you just see the blue and white pom-pom go in the air.
A Mac attack.
Vaughn right back into the lane. Jumper, no good. Irvin's got the rebound.
They're going to run again.
Zach Irvin back the other way. He's got it.
They just will not be denied in transition. Timeout.
Listen to this place. Unbelievable.
Coach Mickens knows he has to stop the bleeding somehow, some way. Don't blame him one bit for calling a timeout. Those 2 guys keep scoring in transition like that. It can be a rough second half for the Lehman.
You see the results of the turnovers and the deflections.
Here it is. This place came to their feet right there. Mac McClung. And how about Irvin? I thought he would go try to dunk it. Pulls up with a nice little soft runner. We're looking at a couple of the best players in this state of Virginia, no doubt about it, and maybe in the country when you start talking about McClung and what he's accomplished, obviously. And Jarvis Vaughn tonight has been great, but he's starting to get a little frustrated. Matthew, we've watched him a bunch.
Well, having to do so much for this team. Remember, a year ago when we saw him, Andy, against Amelia County in the state championship, he had Darius George, who went to Marshall. Doesn't have that type of player that McClung has to go with him, a wingmate, and Zach Irvin, and Jaden Williams more the football star than a basketball star. A good player, and now you see they're really clamping down on him and forcing him to have to do so much, even more than he's usually accustomed to doing.
And you see here just what Gate City's done so great defensively is they've been able to limit Lee to one shot per possession, and they're cleaning the glass and going the opposite way. The offensive glass has not really been favorable for Lee.
Back again, 45-31. And a tip back by Napier gets in there. He's been big tonight. There's McClung. Underneath to Irvin. Put in. Got it.
Great dish. Goes through the contact, finds his teammate for the open layup.
Napier again. How about that?
Trading baskets here at this point, but if you're Lee and you want to get back into this, you've got to come away with some stops.
Acadian Napier tonight, phenomenal. Playing good here in this second half, just like he did in the first. That one out of bounds off of Gate City. No, check that, off of Lee, they say. Boy, you stay with the Blue Devils.
You can see there on the camera just how packed this place was from that previous angle we were just on. I mean, folks, there is not an empty seat in this entire arena.
They're actually standing up top in the aisles, and he is starting to heat up. Zach Irvin, he wants to show people that he's a big-time player, too.
That's a bad matchup for Lee. They had Pettifer on Irvin. Pettifer's just 5'10". Irvin at 6'4". He just went right over the top.
Again, right now, Gate City just packing it in defensively, daring Lee to beat him from the outside.
And they're going to say that Castle was on the line. It's going back to Gate City.
And this is part of the problem. Lee does not, they're not accustomed to having to play against a zone like this. They're used to having to go up against one-on-one matchups where it's favorable for them. But you've got to be patient with moving the ball to not just find a shot. You have to find the best shot against a zone. And if you start to get antsy, that's when you start taking a lot of contested looks, and that's what has allowed Gate City to dominate the defensive boards.
Well, then you miss a couple of those players such as Tyrese Halliburton and Darius George from last year that were so used to having to make some of these adjustments offensively when you get in the rut.
There's Irvin. The dish. The shower. Count it. And a foul.
You just can't help but laugh at this Gate City crowd with how nuts they go. Every time the basket goes in, you think that's the buzzer-beating game-winning shot. And that's for every shot that goes through that basket.
Free throw attempt. The rim and into the hands of the Lehman. Blaze Velvin checking into the game. Grabs that board.
Good finish inside through the contact.
Napier's been the story of this game here for the Lehman.
A little stoppage in play here. We got some water on the court. People, you hear some people boo, but they don't understand just how bad that can go for someone if they were to be full speed slipping on that water. That's tough.
Well, better to be safe than sorry with that. And Blaze Velvin coming to the ballgame, curious to see if he can give them a lift, because last year he did when Amelia County was making a run. Now Lee is playing from behind, and they need a spark from somebody. A guy like Velvin could bring it to him.
Here's Dean up for the. Oh! Hello!
Unbelievable. Mac McClung. Kiss the clouds for me while you're at it.
There's Napier for three. No good. And a foul on the floor.
Called the last one a Mac attack. That was a big Mac. My gracious.
I think VCU is going to need to check the springs in that breakaway rim after that one. Goodness gracious.
You think they've practiced that a few times? Oh my. I'm glad they saved a few of those for this game, aren't you?
Oh, my goodness.
There's Napier with the long three, no good. Rebound, Zach Irvin. And Napier with a good hustle play. Tips it out of bounds. But it'll stay with Gate City.
Good deflection from behind, but now this is where Gate City can be really dangerous, is on these baseline inbounds plays.
Approaching 2.5 left here in the third.
You see this pressure coming now. They're going to start trapping the corners.
Entry into Dean. Back to Irvin. Now McClung, baseline. Good dish to Sally and a foul. We're going to say
That's
offensive
going to be offensive.
Foul. How about that? Offensive foul. Going the other way. So a good break for the Lehman there. And it looked like good position, but they were way under the basket. I thought maybe they were in that circle there.
Yeah, tough to say, but one thing's for sure, Lee needed that.
Sticking in that zone defensively, guys, and Lee has to be patient. Don't rush because you're down double digits.
Yep, there's no 16-point shot. You got to chip away at it with stops and quality baskets.
There's a steal and a foul call on Napier, who stepped in and fouled Dean, they say. So
crowd not liking it.
Crowd wanted a technical on Vaughn for continuing on and going to the basket.
I'm good with it. That's a play out of Kevin Garnett's playbook right there. That's the same kind of stuff he used to do.
There's McClung down to Sally. To Dean. Oh, he missed it. Now he tried to tip it back, but he can't get it to fall.
I think he was expecting a higher hand on that basket, a higher contest.
Another alley-oop.
Oh!
There we go. They're just messing with him right
This
now.
place is going nuts.
Wow, what a dunk. And a three-point shot. Can't even quiet the crowd. Douglas Simmons on the three-pointer.
I think Mac McClung is excited to be here at the Siegel Center in the state championship, saving his best for last.
Here's Irvin. He'll get the easy lay-in. 57-40.
Vaughn just going to work on the block. I mean, he's so tough to stop once he gets the ball on the block. I mean, best of luck. Again, Old Dominion, the fact that Old Dominion was his only Division I offer is shocking to me. When you're 6'8", and you're as strong-bodied as he is, and you can just stick with a play like that through contact, that is not something that comes easy.
And you know what? Even though he's only had the one Division I offer, it boggles me that people will question the competition. This young man's playing against two other Division I studs in a state championship game, and he's laying it on the line tonight. He's a player.
Anyone who would have questioned the competition, I think, can stop asking the questions at this point once you see this game.
You're not kidding.
Double-double in the first half against a team like Gate City.
Couple substitutions here. Vaughn will sit down. Up to Dean. Here they go. Breaking the press. They have not had trouble with that tonight. There's McClung. McClung trying to dunk it.
Oh, my goodness. I got to be honest. If he would have got that one to go down, I was putting my headset down and leaving.
He was trying to win the dunk contest on that one.
57-43. Here's a shot off the backboard. Dean pulls it down. for Gate City. 28 seconds left here. Don't go anywhere at the quarter break because we'll show you some highlights, including that alley-oop a few minutes ago from Bradley Dean to Mac McClung.
Yeah, don't leave yet, Taylor. We might see some more McClung dunks before this one's over.
Oh, my word.
Shot attempt. 3 seconds left. Henderson from half court. Oh, he got it! That's a big bucket right there. Huge shot right there from Henderson. At the end of quarter number 3, it's 57-46. I'll show you some highlights here from the third quarter of action. Napier doing a great job. Here's the first alley-oop. That one
my
from
word.
Dean as well. Setting McClung up. And here's the second one. Look at this one.
Oh my
takes
goodness.
It down
The
from
double
behind.
clutch. Why did you have to do it?
That's just rubbing it in right there. Great three-point answer by Douglas Simmons. Quickly back to Irvin. Now, I'm going to tell you something right here, guys. And that, we've watched enough of these games down here. Taylor, you too. That three-point make at the half-court line.
That's big.
That was huge. That pulled it back within 11.
Folks, we have seen some amazing, incredible comebacks. And so for it to be down to 11 now going into the fourth, don't tune out.
Well,
This game is far from over. Besides, you're also still talking about a defending state champion.
well, remember last year they were down 16 in the state semis to Dan River and came back and won it overtime. So anything's possible with this lead team. Defended champs, they know how to get it done.
One thing's for sure, March Madness is not limited to the NCAA, folks.
Quarter number 4. Here we go. Lee's got the ball. Pettiford with a three-point try. No good. Followed by Henderson.
Boy, they got it to single digits.
Could McClung and Irvin actually be getting tired? I mean, these two young men are almost supernatural the way they've been doing things tonight. You do wonder, this game's got so much electricity.
Lee just has to be within striking distance here in the last 5 minutes. Matt, they've got that experience. As that one tipped out of bounds off of Simmons, they say.
But you got to respect the willingness to put the game in McClung and Irvin's hands, though, because they have not come out this entire game. They've had to play the full, so far, 3 quarters without a breather. And the fact that their coach is willing to put the games in their hands to that level to where your stamina really has to carry you through, that says a lot about his faith in the players.
At the end of 3 quarters, Mac McClung had 31 points. Zach Irvin with 22, so that's 32 right there. And John Sally has 4. That's it. That's all the score.
Just another night up the office for McClung at 42 points in the state semis. He might get to 40 plus before it's all said and done. I'm not putting it past him.
33 right now. Here's a three-point try from the corner. And McClung's got the rebound, going up high. Back to 11 is the lead for Gate City. Irvin's such a good ball handler for a big guy.
Yeah,
Really played
whoever
great
gets
tonight.
him is going to have a treat of a player as well.
Well,
Back out
someone
to
who can play
Compton.
the 2 or the 3 as well.
Sally setting the screen. Nope. Not Irvin. Will go out of bounds back to Gate City. Remember, no shot clock here in Virginia basketball. So they can hold it as long as they want. McClung working right, and he'll be fouled. That was a good call. Isaiah Elliston jumped up in there and put the body on him. 2 more free throws here from Mac McClung.
Yeah, Ellison didn't like the call, but when McClung's still in the air, you can't throw the body against him. You got to anticipate where he's going to land, and that's where you bring your contact from the help side to. Can't do it while he's still in the air. Unfortunately, Mac McClung spends most of his time in the air, so it's a little tough to do.
A couple years ago, Taylor, we had a SportsCenter top 10 dunk off the backboard by Juan Thornhill from Alta Vista. I know Hatfield remembers that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a move.
Underneath the left hand.
Oh, my goodness.
We might have another one tonight.
Dipsy do.
61-48.
What are you doing? Matt McClung, something special.
Entry pass to Vaughn, who just checked back in. He's got a bucket.
Well, and giving him that rest means that Vaughn will be fresh for these last 5+ minutes of action. And Robert E. Lee kept it within striking distance, so Coach Mickens knew he had to give his stud a breather.
Knock out top to Irvin.
Yeah, Gate City's not going to take a shot that's not wide open at this point. You got a comfortable lead, and it's late in the game.
It's amazing how efficient this team is, too, guys. 54% in the state semis, only 6 turnovers against Graham. And tonight, no turnovers through one half of play. Just, you don't make mistakes, you win championships. That simple.
McClung going around the defense, and he's got another easy bucket. Great first step, doesn't he?
To be that prolific and also take care of the basketball, it's
That's
rare
rare.
at this level. Yeah.
That's
Henderson.
incredibly rare. At every level, that's just unbelievable.
You said it earlier, just the body control. He gets under control in the air. It's almost like he's in slow motion up there. Back to Irvin.
Oh, what a pass.
He's putting
What a
on
pass.
clinic. Class is in session. There's a new agent 0, and his name is Mac McClung.
At this point, he's doing it for the Graham.
Here's a drive in. Nice shot there by Blaze Veldman. And you said it last year, he was big in that championship game, Matt. They need production every time down the court.
Well, he's got a tough assignment tonight chasing Irvin and McClung around the floor. He's making plays offensively, but Lee needs stops. They can score upwards of 15 points in these last 4 minutes. But the question is, can they keep Gate City in check to where it's a 1 or 2 possession game down the stretch? I'm not so sure.
We'll show you some highlights here from the last few minutes of action. Watch McClung right here. Just dribbles around everybody.
Throwing the legs out Jordan style there at the end. What a pass. See, a lot of people love to just focus on how cool it is to watch people score, but man, watching someone who really knows how to pass the ball is just a thing of beauty.
Well, and college coaches are looking for body control, as he mentioned, and also can you make your teammates better?
Yep.
He does those two things.
And a timeout here, 65-52. Our score, Gate City out in front. In search of that Class 2 boys state championship. Would be their first ever in school history. They've been on the doorstep 4 times and have come up short. Trying to punch through that wall and get one here for proud community down in Gate City, Virginia. They love their basketball.
Just like that, they run it again.
Up to Dean. Great shot blocked by Jarvis Vaughn, and he'll push it. Back outside. Napier for 3, no good. Follow, though, goes up and in and out. That looked good. I don't know how it came out of the rim.
Lee just struggling to find the bottom of the basket.
Well, not getting threes to fall tonight. They've been a little cold, and they're a slightly above average three-point shooting team, but in this pace, it can wear you down. Those legs start to go with 4 or 5 minutes left in the ballgame.
And once your legs go, your shot's gone.
Another steal. Here's Vaughn.
Oh, my goodness.
He said, let me get in on this action. What a dunk.
If you folks were tuning in to watch some highlights, you got him.
There's Dean. He'll glide in. Gets the bucket and the foul.
There's that X factor. Bradley Dean answering the incredible jam by Jarvis Vaughn. Watch it again there. And Dean, another guy, keeping his body in the lane, hanging on to the basketball. So tough.
They do such a great job of playing through contact. A lot of times when guys get contact, they're content to just go to the line. But Gate City still looks to finish. You could put anybody in their path. They're going to try to draw in contact and still finish.
68-54. Our score. Approaching 3 minutes left. There's a drive and a foul call. Simmons is the man that will step to the line. Have we had some highlights here in this one or what?
Look at this
Jarvis
one.
Vaughn.
I mean,
He said, I don't care who's in front of me.
the tomahawk, my goodness.
Simmons no good on that first try. I can tell you there'll be a lot of people not only talking about this one, but they'll be going back to watch this on Facebook at the conclusion of our broadcast, just to go back and watch all these dunks. Some of them may end up on SportsCenter. I'm not kidding.
Heck, I might do that still. And I was here. What a fun game.
What high school basketball is all about, the competition, the excitement, the energy. It's been tremendous.
Here's Irvin, has it taken away. Pettiford with a nice steal. Up to Vaughn. Vaughn wants to slam it. McClung says, no, you can't do that.
Matt McClung delivering the restricted airspace. My goodness.
Finally, Lee gets it in after 4 tries.
Oh, man.
There's McClung. And he'll challenge Vaughn and get fouled going to the basket. Let's watch that block. Watch this one more time. You got the 2 best guys on either team that can dunk it as well as anyone, and they just went at each other.
Unreal.
McClung got the better side of that one.
Think his competitive juices are flowing tonight?
I'm telling you, he wasn't thinking about that record. He was just thinking about, I'm going to play the best I can possibly play in front of this crowd, and I'm going to get my team that state championship.
If all he cared about was the record, he wouldn't still be going full tilt.
Well, what do your coaches say, even a rec ball? Play, leave it all on the floor, and play your hardest out. And he's done it tonight. He's played his heart out. He's given everything he's got in the tank in this one. Last time he's going to wear that high school jersey, leave it all on the floor.
What a game. Long pass up to Sally, back to Irvin, and he'll be fouled in the act. 2 shots coming. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left here in this game.
They're so good with the give and goes. I mean, they just know when to cut. And it just is a thing of beauty when they know how to play like that.
You think Coach Vermillion takes some satisfaction out of those 2 guys? Last year, you lose in the state quarterfinals in overtime to Lee. You lose to Martinsville for a couple of years in the state playoffs. They've been knocking on the door. 0-4 in state finals since 1999, trying to get that win tonight and get that state championship to quiet all the naysayers.
There's Napier with a 3-point try. No good. Gets the rebound. Puts it back up and almost had a old-fashioned 3-point play opportunity. He'll shoot 2, though.
Good job going into the contact. Again, we've seen a lot of these today where it just seems like it's robbery that the ball didn't go all the way through. Got to knock him down at the line.
The rim has not been very nice to Lehman here in this game. A lot of in and out shots.
Well, they haven't maximized the free throw line either. 2 of 5 going into the 4th quarter tonight. And Gate City's defense is a big reason why. We talk about the offensive plays, but let's keep in mind Gate City's making some things happen with some blocks. Another one right there by the Blue Devils.
Napier for 3, no good. McClung's got the rebound.
You got to admire how hard Vaughn is battling on the glass, though.
And that's going to be a double dribble. Bedford, he looked at the official like, hey, what are you talking about? He dribbled that twice. After picking it up. Minute 58, all that's left. Gate City looking good here, 72-58. What a great game here thus far.
Couldn't have asked for a better way to spend a Friday night. Again, it just seems like it's almost the only reason that Gate City's even used any of their timeouts, just to get Mac McClung and Zach Irvin a breather.
It's not a bad idea. They've done enough to earn it. Let's give some props to Coach Mickens, too. 24 years of age, getting thrust into the head coaching position at the start of the year unexpectedly. Former college football player James Madison in Bridgewater. I think he's done a magnificent job with all the pressure of being defending champs to get back to this point and battle this Gate City team. It's not an easy task.
Take a look at that dunk again by Vaughn. Minute 58, the defending champs. Now a little time left here. We head back to the action from the Siegel Center. Andy Hayes, Taylor Jensen, Matt Hatfield with you. Live on the NFHS network. There's Napier. Long three-point try, no good. Quickly ahead to McClung. McClung challenges Vaughn. He hangs in the air and gets the bucket.
The only person who could go and contest shots up that high are Vaughn. And I mean, when he's out of position to even get there, there's no hope.
It's the hang time. Taylor, I mean, he's got that second gear that nobody else has here tonight. There's a bucket off the transition turnover. 74 to 60. A minute 12 left.
If you think that Lee is just going to let this clock run out and they're just going to roll over here, you are horribly mistaken. Here's this block by McClung. Some of these have to end up on SportsCenter. I'm sorry, they just do.
They have to.
So a few years ago, I was doing the football state championships with our colleague Bruce Bornar. And there was a catch in the game. It was James Monroe versus Brookville, and that ended up on Sports Nation when Colin Cowherd was running it.
Yep.
That'd be something to end up on his radar twice.
I promise you, our great team back at the headquarters in Atlanta, they're already working on the highlights, and they'll have it out there, I promise you. And that's a well-deserved deal if it does happen, because Mac McClung has put on an absolute show here tonight, along with his teammates. And they are on the doorstep of their first ever state championship for Gate City. 74 to 60 with a minute 12 to play. Full court pressure coming here from the Lehman. And a near steal. Now McClung will take it.
In the open court.
And a wise choice by Sally to bring it back out.
Very smart. You don't need to be antsy. Kick the ball back out and move it around until they decide to foul. Very smart.
And a foul by Pettifer will put Mac McClung on the line. Gate City fans, you got 53 seconds to watch number 0 in your uniform. And you can hear the crowd right now. They love it. McClung good on the first free throw. You know, earlier in the year, there was a coach that said something to Mac McClung during a game. Said, you're going to go sit at Georgetown and watch. And he ended up scoring 44 that night after that.
Well, unofficially, guys, we have him at 43 points at the moment.
What a shot.
Napier, the big three-pointer.
You know, I was at the last time Gate City made the state championship game, and I believe it was against Radford. And I got to call that game as well. And I remember they had a stud of a post player, about 6'8".
Radford a couple years ago? Mm-hmm. Blake Burdick?
I believe that was who it was.
Austin, right?
And you know, you just knew that it was going to not sit well with them to the point where they were going to get back here at some point. It was only a matter of time. And sure enough, Mac McClung and Zach Irvin come along and get them back to the promised land, and they're 41.3 seconds away from delivering.
Coach Vermillion getting set to send in some subs here. 37 seconds. Pettiford's three-point try, no good. Dean up to McClung. He's got it. Another one!
Oh!
There he goes!
The exclamation point!
Ended on that right there. Standing O, that's what he deserves.
That gets 2 10s, not 1 10, 2 10s.
Wow.
They're pulling him off, letting him get his standing ovation. I think that's who the subs are coming in for. So what a way to end your career on this dunk.
Can we get him in the dunk contest?
Ending his career on a double clutch reverse dunk and a state title, only 24.9 seconds away.
Boy, it'd be great to be Mac McClung. I'd love to be able to do that. Unbelievable.
Go nuts, Blue Devils. You know the ceiling or the roof is going to blow off of this place once this final buzzer sounds.
24 seconds left. A long three from Napier, no good. Vaughn chases it down. Another three-point try. This one no good. Vaughn gets it back. 10 seconds left. He'll take a three. And that's going to do it. 4 seconds. Mac McClung has the record. He has the ball. He has the state championship with the Gate City Blue Devils. Making history tonight. They do it 80-65. They are your Class II state champions in the state of Virginia. What a performance.
Long overdue for Gate City. They wanted this one probably more than they ever have before.
What a performance. And I get the feeling it's only the beginning watching number 0. That's one of the best championship performances I have ever seen here doing this in the past 10
Hands
years.
down.
Matt
Hands
Hatfield,
down.
can we find a better one? I don't know.
No, we talked about it being a part of the pantheon of greats, the Moses Malones, the Ralph Sampsons, the Allen Iversons. People in other parts of the state may snicker at that and say, oh, what competition level? Well, folks, this is as big a stage as you can have it, and he had the grandest of performances. Set records tonight, won a state championship. What better way to go out? I think he also showed the passion and effort he plays with. Just unbelievable.
What a competitor.
You know, we mentioned going into the fourth quarter how big of a basket that was, and for a little while it looked like Lee was going to fight their way back in, but Mac McClung and Zach Irvin just took over. But Vaughn just tonight was an absolute animal. But this guy here, too much for anyone in the state of Virginia to handle.
Great pass there, just showing you some highlights before we get to the championship trophy presentation. The last dunk, the last points Mac McClung scored were on a highlight dunk that may have been as good as any tonight. I don't know if you can find a better one.
How do you pick a favorite?
I know. Here's the block. I love this
Oh,
play.
my goodness.
Wow.
It's like going in the ice cream store and you want all the different flavors. He gives everything.
We got it all tonight, didn't we?
What a block there, too. Goodness gracious.
Watch him hang in the air like that. That's unbelievable. That was an incredible play. Napier had a great night. Got to congratulate him. He really played well for the Lehman. Big bucket there. Here it is. Watch this. The last point for Mac McClung in his high school career. A double pump between the legs dunk. Hello.
Think that one will go viral, fellas?
That's the all-time leading scorer in VHSL history right there. What a moment.
Wow, that's history.
2,801 points in his career, 47 tonight, folks.
Congratulations, Mac. And the thing I loved about that, he threw the ball to his teammates. But this moment is also for him, too. What an opportunity to
that just indicates a level of humility about it.
Yeah, really cool.
Before we present the championship and runner awards, let's show our appreciation for the efforts shown by both teams tonight in this VHSL state championship game. Tonight's awards are presented by Nick Collins, Principal, Phoenix's Athletic Director of Army High School, and Dr. Derek Smith, Superintendent of Stanton City Public Schools, and Mike Lane, Principal, Brent Roberts, Athletic Director of Keene City High School, and John Ferguson, Superintendent of South Miami Public Schools.
Championship trophy and medal presentations coming up here. Congratulations to Coach Mickens and Ari Lee Lehman on a great season and a hard-fought game tonight.
And now the presentation of the runner-up trophy to Lehman head coach Terrell Mickens. Congratulations to the R.E.E. Lehman on a tremendous season. And now with a record of 26-2 from Keene City, Virginia. The 2018 basketball champions, the Keene City Blue Devils. Number 0, Mac McClung. Number 1, Bradley Dean. Number 10, John Compton. Number 11, Grayson Jenkins. Number 12, Andrew Sharp. Number 14, David George. Number 15, Drew Vermillion. Number 20, Jacob Hicks. Number 22, Jonathan Sally. Number 23, Zach Irvin. Number 24, Logan Moe. Number 32, Charlie Quinn. And now the presentation of the championship trophy to the head coach of the Keene City Blue Devils, who also secured tonight his 400th victory, Scott Vermillion.
What a great accomplishment also by Coach Vermillion. There it is. The first state championship in school history is in the record books. The Gate City Blue Devils, your 2018 state champions. This place is still going crazy. That photo will be